I went to see Oasis last night in New Jersey. Labor Day, the second of two concerts there. And I just feel I need to talk to somebody about it because it was literally mind-blowing. So I haven't been on here in maybe, I don't know, a month. I took a little bit of a hiatus because I was getting a little bored with it, with the channel. I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go in. But I'm back, and I'll try to keep a weekly schedule of videos. So last night, I went to see Oasis, and I've always been a fan of Oasis. Since 1994, I started watching these guys, and I love the music, and I listened to them all the time. I mean, in the 90s, it was on the radio in the car. I could have listened to them at home, and I did when I was home, but in the 90s, who stayed home? I didn't stay home. I was out. But I was always a huge fan of Oasis. I never got to see them in the 90s. I always thought, yeah, I'll go, next year. I'll go next one. And they played at, I think it was the Stone Pony, which was local to me here, but I never went. Then they broke up, and I thought, well, hell, I mean, my chance is over. I'm never going to be able to see them again. But lo and behold, something happened. I don't know if it was the hand of God or if it was Anais Gallagher, Noel's daughter, who was behind it, but something happened and they got together. Or maybe it was the $100 million they paid them. I don't know if it was $100 million, but I'm sure it was $100 million or north of that. So anyway, I thought, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like a nostalgia thing, Oasis back together again. And there's a lot of 90 bands that are, that are playing today. The Goo Goo Dolls and all those guys, they're all the bands from the 90s are playing today at some stage. And it's, when you go to most concerts and you're seeing bands that were like really popular in the 90s and you're seeing them today, typically it's a little bit of a disappointment. You're looking at them and you're saying to yourself, wow, look how old they got. Their voices changed. They don't sound like they used to. And that's just typical, Time is our enemy. And time gets us all. We can't escape it. Even Morrissey. I'm a huge fan of Morrissey. And, he's aged a lot. Look at him now compared to just 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. He's aged a lot. And by the way, I'm going to see him next week at Radio City Music Hall. So I'll update you on that. But anyway, back to Oasis. I go to this thing. I get in. I park the car, and everyone's outside. Everyone's, it didn't feel like a concert. It was more like a festival. It was so weird. It was just, and it was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. We go in, we get to our seats. I got really good seats, and I didn't get the seats in the first go-around last year, even though I spent 6 hours on Ticketmaster the day they went on sale. So I had to get fan-to-fan tickets on Ticketmaster, which are basically, scalped tickets. People buy them low, sell them high. So I paid quite a bit of money for these seats. But I had a good view of the stage. I wasn't on the floor. Maybe if they come back again next year, maybe I'll do the floor next time. I just thought, I didn't want to be crowded and standing up all those hours. And I may not even be able to see the stage with so many people in front of me jumping up and down, but the floor looked pretty good actually. Anyway, back to the concert. So I get there, and I got there early. I got there, I think, at 4 o'clock, and they had a couple of bands open for them. They were good. They were good. Cage the Elephant was one of them, and at first I didn't know. I'm like, who's Cage the Elephant? I don't know who the f are they. But when I heard the song, so I thought, yeah, Cage the Elephant. Who the fuck is Cage the Elephant? I never heard of them. But as soon as they started playing, I recognized all the songs. So it's things that I've heard on the radio over the years, but I wasn't like so into it, like where I'm like, oh, who is that? I gotta go buy the CD. I gotta go get the album. It wasn't like that. It was just good music of the time that was played on the radio. So that's how I looked at it. But yeah, they were really good. Cage the Elephant is really good. I'm now a fan. I'm now officially a fan of Cage the Elephant, and I will buy their music. I will definitely buy their music. They were phenomenal. I already did download some of their music on Apple Music, iTunes. And then when Oasis opened, oh my God, it was the music. Liam's voice was so on par. He sounded as good, if not better, than he did in '96. I mean, his voice was spot on perfect. And Noel playing, in the background, and Noel did some solos too, as you know. He has some solo music. It was just out of sight. Is this light too strong over here? Let me see. Maybe I'll turn this off. I can't turn it off. You're gonna have to just deal with it. But Noel's voice was phenomenal, superb, and Bonehead, and it was just unbelievable. I don't know how to describe it, but that was not a concert I went to. That was more of a pilgrimage. It was more of a pilgrimage, and it felt like a religious experience. It really felt like a religious experience. And that's going to sound crazy, and I'm not one of these people that are saying, oh, Liam is God. There were actually people holding up signs that said, Liam is God. Liam is not God, we know that. But it really had a religious feel to it, the event. Liam, one of the best parts is Liam, I think it was water. He blessed himself, because they're Catholics. He blessed himself, made the sign of the cross, and the tambourine, when he put it on top of his head, it looked like a halo. It looked like one of the cards you get from the church with the saints, and it has the halo of stars across the head. It was just so mind-boggling. It was very emotional. I got misty. I got emotional. People all around me were crying, tears streaming down people's faces. I don't care if you're not a fan, you don't like Oasis, but this was not about a band. This transcended a band and music. This was on a whole different level. So I started to live stream. I thought, because I watch YouTube and I see other people live stream concerts. Why can't I do it? So I started to live stream it, and within 15 seconds, and a lot of people jumped on, started commenting, and within 15 seconds, YouTube copyright material. I got a notice. I think I got a strike, and they took it down. So I don't know how people are able to live stream concerts and not have copyright issues. So I couldn't do that. I know you can play up to 7 seconds of copyrighted material. So I'm inserting in random places in this video, I'm inserting a few clips from the show. But if you have a chance to go see them in California, I think this weekend they're on the West Coast, somewhere in California. Do it. I don't care what the tickets cost you. If you have to spend $1,000 a ticket, do it. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you. So I think they're in California. Then I think they go to Mexico the following week. And I don't know. Is it Brazil or Argentina? And then they're wrapping it. I think they wrap up in October or November. I've seen some interviews of Noel Gallagher, and he was asked, "Is there going to be a second show in 2026?" And he just refused to comment. So I really think it's going to happen. And one other thing, I wanted merchandise, official merchandise from Adidas from the concert, and I got in line. The lines were unbelievably long to get to the merchandise stand. I get in line. The only thing I really wanted was the Adidas jacket, the zippered jacket, the track jacket with the logo in the back. And as soon as I get up front, they were sold out. All they had was XX large. So if any of you folks know where I can get one, please let me know. But that's it. I just wanted to come on, talk about Oasis, and God bless them. It was just unbelievable. I hope they do it again, because now I'm depressed. I don't have anything to look forward to. I mean, I'm going to see Morrissey, which is great, but Morrissey's Morrissey. It's it's different from Oasis. Actually, I'm in some of the Reddit message boards and groups, and there's a whole thread dedicated to people who are depressed post Oasis concert, post tour. So people go to the show, and then afterwards people are falling into a deep depression. It sounds crazy, it sounds hard to believe, but it's definitely real. Oasis has transcended time. Last night, I almost said Giant Stadium, so you see how old I am. Last night at MetLife Stadium, for those 2 hours of that concert, it took me back to 1996. And I'm not just saying that flippantly. It literally transcended time. All right, that's it. Please like and subscribe to the channel, because if I don't see I'm getting traction here and no one's subscribing and no one's liking the videos, I'm just gonna wrap it up and not do it anymore. It's not fun. Okay, until next time. Peace out.